We'll wait 2 more minutes for some more people to join, and we will start the session on agricultural finance and agricultural risk. These two topics are here, and I'll share the PPT too for you.
Before you start, just wanted to know one thing that we have to do project, and for that we need to have one guide who should be masters in agriculture. So, do you know somebody, or maybe are you masters in agriculture, so that we can get a guide?
Mhm. Okay. So, okay, students, I will start the sharing. Hope you can all view the PPT. Is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, right. So we will take the session forward. One second. Okay. Someone joined in right now. So, okay, students, last 2 units we will study now with agricultural finance and agricultural risk. Both are what you call aids to trade, that is coming in the service sector, covering the finance and covering the risk. So we will try to make you understand, those who are not from the commerce background, so that we will understand what it is. So this is the title: Sources of Agricultural Finance, Types of Capital and Types of Finance. I'll try to cover all these in the given time. So first one is farming types. So first we will understand what is the different types of farming, since we are dealing with agri-business. So what are the farming types? So there are two major segregations in farming. That is, one is subsistence farming and one is commercial farming. Subsistence farming is, main thing is done by the small holding farmers, small holdings of small area, and they lack the modern capital and modern technology, but they're very much labor intensive. They require a lot of labor and hard work by themselves, as well as some farm labor may be involved, and high degree of risk is required in subsistence farming. One second. So this is the subsistence farming. Then next, another type of farming, because students, why I'm telling the farming types is based on this only we can segregate the capital, finance, insurance, risk, and all these things. Okay. Without knowing the farming types, we cannot go delve into the insurance, risk, what and all is involved. I hope you got the point. So basic is the segregation. Depending on that, risk will change, the finance will change, capital will change, labor factors will change, isn't it? So first I will tell you the farming types. So subsistence farming means those usually who have a small amount of uh, land, and they involve their family and themselves, and undertake farming at a small scale. Most of our Indian farming has the subsistence farmers. Okay. Someone joined. Okay. So the other type is, second type is commercial farming. Commercial farming is, as the name suggests, is a farming which involves lot of land factors. That is, factors of production is land, labor, capital, machinery, all these things is at a large scale in commercial farming. The farms are done only on a commercial basis. Farming is done on a commercial basis, not for subsistence. Okay, got the point? And they use lot of technology here. It may be mechanical, chemical, technology, biological, technical, technological. All these things are used here in the large scale. That is, manual labor is very much less here. That is, comparatively, manual is less. And large stretch of land is there in commercial farming. There is no small holdings here. There are large holdings of farmings here. And they need much capital and are dependent on efficient transport links. Like this, two types of farming is given. Okay. So this is the two types. Shall I go on to the next slide, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am. All right. Oh, the second slide, next one. I'll share these things with you. See, large area of, I just put in some colorful pictures so that it will have a, we'll have a green look here. And also on an afternoon session, I can understand. So large areas of land, see here, it is extensive agriculture. See, even farmers or large area of land may be suffering from low inputs of capital, low inputs of labor, and low yields. That is also another problem. They may have land, large stretches of land, but they may be having low inputs and maybe having low capital to put into the farm so that they'll get more yield. That is also another problem. So first we will discuss the types, problems, and then we can go on to know what finance we are available, what government gives us, what government is helping. All these things we will discuss. So in intensive farming, more capital is used in a small area, and they use chemicals, fertilizers, and they have more profitability. They have large quantity of, in this case, they have given in a dairy business, so they've given cheap food and all that thing. So intensive farming involves large usage of pesticides, chemical fertilizers, and all these things. So this is what is intensive farming. But nowadays, more of organic farming is also done. Organic farming, where all natural types and resources are used, right, students? I think you might have all known this. Organically grown vegetables, organically grown cultivation without using of pesticides. Even that is being done nowadays. Okay. Then this is what. So this one, next one, factors of production in a farming. So I particularly took this slide so that for factors of production, what are the 4 factors of production in economics? The factors of production are land, labor, capital, and organization. Organization means the general management by the people. So that is organization. Here they have given it entrepreneurship based on the human techniques. So here land is a immobile factor. We cannot move it anywhere. Labor is movable. capital is definitely movable, and the organization is also done from sitting in a offices. That is also done. So here different types of factors of production is there. 4 factors of production: land, labor, capital, and organization. In that, major important one is labor, because land is there, capital definitely can be got, but labor is the one thing which creates capital, right? So labor is very important factor, and it is definitely a very vibrant factor, and depends and changes from different regions, different sectors, and all that thing. So, and technical aspect, skilled, unskilled, everything is there here. So a variety of things are there in labor. So factors of production, when we discuss, we can very well assess the risk, insurance, finance, and all these things, right? So first we can discuss these 4 factors of production, and different types of farming. Land, it is, if it is large land, what is the different things included? If it is small land, what is the risk we can expect? And like this, the different things we can permutation and combination of various things, right? So like this, when we have these basics right, I think we can skip the 1 second, next one. So I think you all got an idea about the different things we can expect in these risk, finance, capital, and insurance sector in a farming economy. Okay, what and all can we expect here? The small holdings are there. What is the risk involved? If these large corporate holdings, see students, nowadays large corporate holdings also into farming, into agriculture, into or going into the
Sorry,
depths
ma'am,
of the economy.
slides are not visible.
Yes. One sec. I've come to the main screen. So here, so when I tell you about these finance, then I just wanted to check how many of them are joined. So I came to the main screen. Surendra Prasad, sir. So I'll go back to the screens. I just wanted to see the names so that I can get my ideas across to you by telling the names or interacting with you. So I came to the main screen. Hope so. I'll go back to the slide screen. 1 second. So Surendra Prasad sir, you're not there first session. Vishaka and Surendra Prasad.
Yes, I was not there. I had some engagement, other engagement.
Okay. Sir, you please join in the group. The others have a group, and I'll be sharing the PPTs and all these information to you. So you can create a group, whether Telegram or WhatsApp or something else. Hope you can give your name and numbers to them in this. Good afternoon, ma'am. Yes, Yadav sir, good afternoon. Hope you all had a good rest and lunch and all these things.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Right. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. So the others who joined right now, that is Vishaka and so many others I see here, Surendra Prasad and who others. Please give your names to, I think, Rajan Singh Yadav. Give your names here, and you can all form a group and interact.
Yeah. I have given my email ID and name.
Okay, right. Because I can share the PPTs also. Those who have not attended the first 2 sessions.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Ravi Ranjan sir has sent the WhatsApp here. All of you, those who have come in now, please copy this.
Yes.
And you can join in. Okay. Now going back to the slides. Yes. So now agriculture finance in India. So when we take the world scenario, I don't think it is very similar to Indian agricultural scenario. Very vast differences are there. So much of uh, labor. When you take right from the capital, labor, land, all the factors change in the international scenario. If you take US or Europe or wherever it is, Denmark, which is known for its farming, when you collaborate these with India, there is a huge difference in the finance and as well as the factors of production. I told of factors of production here. See, land uh, definitely will have the American farmers, if you see, they have very vast land going into acres together, whereas in India it's not so. And labor is not at all used in many farms in America. They all are mechanized. Labor may be there but very less. Then capital also is uh, they definitely have a much more strong in capital rather than when you compare with the Indian farmers. So like this, therefore we have to take this topic agriculture finance in India specifically, because it's not the same around the world, right? So in India, what is the difference? What is the specific problems in India? What is the difference between Indian farmers and the others worldwide? Like this, we can segregate here and come to the point. So now, when I tell you about finance, first thing is we have to segregate the types of farmers here. First thing, isn't it? Otherwise, it's very difficult to understand the risk, finance needs, and all these things, isn't it? So, an individual may need less finance when compared to a corporate. Same way, in farming also there is a difference in their needs, segregation. So we will see here in this slide types of farmers and what they have. So there are marginal farmers who have less than 1 hectare, small farmers 1 or 2 hectares, semi-medium, medium farmers. Like this, there are different types. Large farmers who have large number of hectares. Like this, when I segregate only, I can make out and differentiate the needs, isn't it? A small farmer may not need the same finance as a large farmer, isn't it? So that degree of their needs will differ. And first thing, I have to differentiate on the types of farmers. So now I'll go to the next slide now. See, what is the finance they can take? Who is helping them? Where they can get the help from? Like this, we can check it with the slide. So institutional sources of credit. They have again non what do you call them? Non-traditional, traditional types of credit. That is where they take from the money lenders and the brokers and such things, or else from friends and family, from their own savings. That is also there, one side. Okay. Then money lenders are again there who are in the non-institutional sources of credit. So that is there. But institutional sources of credit are there. That is commercial banks, RRB, CCS, and self-help groups. 4 types are there. I have provided this slide where they have the distinction. See, commercial banks provides loan for short, medium, and long terms. Read RRBs, there is opened up where there is no banking facilities. Okay, and aim to provide is credit to small farmers for their working capital needs. Again, I should say segregate here long-term needs, working capital needs, the seed capital, what you call seed capital. I think you have heard of this. Seed capital means what? The just to buy the regular for a particular year, they want to buy the seeds, and they want to ensure the fertilizers, like that. A small amount of rolling in capital, working capital, to meet their day-to-day needs, that is also given. Like this, different types of credit is they given on various needs. And then irrigation facilities, maybe that they are provided, and for getting the irrigational facilities done, there is another loans provided, like this, that may be segregated. Then credit cooperative societies are here, and they ensure rapid flow of credit to the farmers, because when the loan is being dispersed, you know about the systems where the loan is not dispersed so easily, right? So but for the farmer, he needs immediate loans, because of the tendencies of the monsoons and all these things, the rain, weather patterns, the climatic changes, and all this he has to keep in mind. And by the time the loan is dispersed, it may be very late, isn't it? So if it's not given on time, it's of no use at all for the farmer, right? So that is, quick dispersal of loans should be there. And self-help groups also is there here. From in Karnataka, for example, we have the Stree Shakti in rural areas, where money is collected and dispersed by the women in a particular rural environment, where those who are in need, they can get from the self-help groups in this manner. So like this, several things are there. Then Rudset is there. Several self-help groups is there. Rudset, ARUDSCT is there. Please look it up if you have time for that. Look it up. Like this, different types of credit will be given and is given by the institutions. Okay. Any doubts? Shall I go forward, or can you share any inputs on this, students? If you have any inputs on this, can you share this with me, with the other students, co-learners, on this topic?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay, right. Oh, I think I'm clear with this. Shall I move forward?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Right. Okay. So next slide, I'll go to the next slide. So 1 second. So here, source-wise access to credit. This I got from National Statistics Organization, recent slide. So source-wise access to the credit, different types they have given. See here. So from the bank, they have got so many percentage has got. What about agricultural or other professional money lenders? 26%. Like this, a segregation is a pie chart. This type of statistic is called as a pie chart. I hope all of you know about this, definitely. So then cooperative society, 20% have accessed. Like this, different segregation is given on the access to credit in the agricultural finance. Okay, next one. In finance, there are two types, that is 2 or 3 types we can put it up. That is short term, medium term, and long term. So in the short term and long term finance, what rural cooperative credit societies has been doing. So in state-wise, in the agricultural finance, they have given a short term in state cooperative banks, district central cooperative banks and primary agriculture, PACS, primary agriculture credit societies have been doing work at each district level, and at each level segregation is done so that they are near to the farmers and near to their needs. Hope it is being done in a right sense, in a right meaning, because actual stand we don't know what is being done, isn't it? So we can find it out, no problem. But as of now, the finance needs is short term and long term needs. So long term needs, short term means within a 1 year. Usually in commerce accounts, we take short term as 0 to 12 months is short term. Long term means 5 and more above years. In between 1 to 5 years, we take as medium term. Okay. So long term needs is being taken by the ones mentioned here: state cooperative agriculture and rural cooperative banks, and primary cooperative agriculture and rural cooperative bank. So this is short term and long term needs is being met in rural credit cooperative societies. Like this, different types of societies is there, NABARD is there, like this different types of financial access is there for the farmers. And all national institutions have their offices in each state as well, so that to meet and reach to the near to come nearer to the farmers, definitely they should be. So here they have just given a picture here, backbone of our economy, definitely one now, agriculture, right? So a farmer, if he is taken care of, the economy will be a vibrant economy. And since without the farmer, we cannot think of meeting our food needs, isn't it, for our entire population. So that is, he is a person you have to always revere and look up to, isn't it? So that one, next slide. So financial institutions. What are the different financial institutions available? So here there are some, apart from the normal financial institution, there are specialized financial institutions, both at the national level as well as at the state level. So at the national level, what are the different types of financial institutions? IDBI, IFCI, and various others I have mentioned here. I'll give you the full forms of it if possible. Otherwise, I think you yourself, you will know definitely. Even then, I will tell you, no problem at all. Then state level institutions. State level institutions are also here. So here, national level institutions, IDBI. So what is IDBI? Can anyone get back to me? What is IDBI? Yes. Industrial Development Bank of India. So it will, it is few institutions which provide for the farmers. Then in the Indian Financial Corporation of India. Okay. Then
NABARD also, no, ma'am.
anyone?
Ma'am, NABARD also.
No one is replying. Students, small
Yes, ma'am.
industries, SIDBI, Small Industries Development Bank of India. Then Industrial Investment Bank of India. Like this, several institutions are providing credit. NABARD, NABARD is specifically for agricultural development. That is National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. Then state level institutions, state financial corporations, state industrial development corporation, small scale industrial development corporation, district industrial centers, DIC. All these provide the requisite finance for the agriculture. Specifically agriculture, NABARD is there. And others also provide the financial institutions provide for the agricultural sector as well. This is in the unit block 3 in your material. It will be in block 3 unit 12 regarding this financial institution. Block 3 unit 12 is dealing with this topic. Then next one, NABARD. NABARD headquartered national level. All NABARD has its branches all over India, and you can see the logo as well of NABARD. And we can get all the information relevant to agriculture and rural development from NABARD. When anyone is doing a project, I think afternoon I spoke to Pavan, I think, right? Pavan, are you there here? Pavan from West Bengal. He was doing an information on project on agriculture. So if you want the primary data, you can definitely contact NABARD, because it is a government institution. It will be, the information will be authentic and also relevant and also concise and compact for your research. A very good source of primary data. So
But ma'am, they won't share.
Pavan, I think, is not here right now. Anyways, any one of you also who are doing research, we should always have primary data at our source, because and therefore we can go to these government institutions who have a very good database. That too it will be authentic. That is what I want to say. Because if you take say interview method or some other method, that information may not be authentic and may not be justified. So when you take the data from primary sources like NABARD, who have a vast database on given any sector, given the any district or district wise data on agriculture and rural information, they will definitely have all these things. And anyone who is doing a project can get the data from them. So that is a very good source.
Ma'am, am I audible, ma'am?
Next one. A mention of government scheme for farmers is given in the same unit 12. What are the various government schemes available? That is, so many different schemes are available. Each one has its own relevance, has its own importance, and so many things have been done, inclusive of the labor schemes, or so many other schemes have been done for the farming sector. So few I've mentioned here, maybe many more are there. Definitely we can look it up. Many more would be there. So few I've mentioned here, you can just look it up. Anyone has any information on this, they can share with me, definitely.
Ma'am,
Because
am I audible, ma'am?
yes.
Yes, ma'am. So I wanted to talk about this NABARD. So
Mm,
I have one of my friend. He's DGM in NABARD in
yes.
Bangalore. So I asked about somebody from NABARD being my project guide and
Okay.
giving the data also. So he told me that we give data through RBI only. So we don't share the
Oh,
data to individuals.
okay, right.
Okay, so you were telling also we can get data from NABARD, but they don't give to individuals. That is the problem.
Oh, okay, okay. Then how can we access the data?
So they through RBI we can access the data,
Oh,
and
through RBI. Okay.
yeah, and also they share it on public domain. So that data we can use.
Okay, okay. So, is the data through RBI portal available?
Yeah, if we need some specific data, then we can request through RBI.
Oh, right. Because I was also associated with Department of Industries and Commerce.
Yes, ma'am.
There, data was available on cottage industries, small scale industries, district wise,
Yes, ma'am.
of all the districts of our state. Likewise, in other states also.
Yeah,
With,
yes, ma'am. It is there on data.gov.in.
yeah, 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 right. And tiny industries, cottage industries, small scale industries, all these district wise data is available, and that is given. If you are a researcher, maybe with some permissions, it is given to you.
Yes, ma'am.
I think that maybe the through the channels, you have to go through the channels, it is available.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah. So that will be really helpful for students who are into research also. And maybe when you're, I think in our course, we have a project also, right?
Yes, ma'am. That
For
I was
you.
talking about.
You
Yeah.
have a
So
project at the in this PGDAB also.
yes,
So
ma'am.
when you want to do a project, that definitely these things will help you a lot, especially with data, because authentic data is very difficult to come by. Because can you think of going to each farmer, getting the data and all these things? It is very time and energy and money consuming, right?
It is very costly, ma'am. We cannot do.
And yeah, very costly, and also I may need some help, associates and all that. That is very impossible almost to go
Yes,
to
ma'am.
each farmer. If your topic is such, then it will be a problem, right? So we can think on these lines. So yes, continuing with this, anyone else? Yes, Ravi Ranjan sir, thank you for sharing. Anyone else? Okay, I'll go on with the slides, right? So these are various government schemes available. I don't know about their what you call reach, but hope so it's doing good work, because the schemes are announced, but whether it does good work, that is left to the persons who are handling these schemes, right? So hope so we are seeing good progress in this. And the main thing is, at least in 1 rupee, at least 50 paisa should reach the person it is accounted for, right? So 50% at least. So total is good, 100% is good, but maybe we can't expect that much. Next one, the matrix on sustainable agriculture. Matrix is given here. So what is this sustainable agricultural matrix? So three things are here: economic sustainability, social sustainability, and environmental sustainability. This definitely, students, we have to leave a greener earth for our coming generations, isn't it? So sustainability is very important, because what you are doing today shouldn't hamper the future values and future. It should be sustainable so that the future, it has a future, our earth has a future, which is not happening most of the time nowadays, isn't it? So we see a lot of disturbances in weather, in the climate patterns, in the summers, in the ozone layer, desecration of the ozone layers. Like this, how we can be sustainable? So nowadays, lot of importance is given to organic farmings, organic holdings, then sustainability, so that in the future there will be a better agricultural matrix without hampering the earth and trying to resuscitate the earth and its vibrant nature, isn't it? So social sustainability will be there, economic will be there, environmental will be there. So how can we do this better? So that different things is given here, each one of them in the evaluation matrix. How many of us of it is done? That is the main thing. Instead of that is matrix is given, but how much of it is relevant and being done? That is the main thing. That is the greenhouse effects and all these things, which leads to a lot of depletion in the ozone layers, right? So this is the thought for the future, a matrix for the future. Next one. So when I told you about finance, so many things we understood: the sources of finance, the sources based on the holdings, and based on the factors of production, based on various other factors. What are the sources of finance available? The government schemes which cover the for the farmers. And next, coming to the next thing is the risk. Risk in the farming community. I think this chart gives the entire focus on what is the risk. Completely it covers all the risk factors and what can be done. So like this. So here, perception of the risk sources. So what is the risk source? It may be heavy rain, pest disease, flood risk is there, then drought. That is, flood is one way and the drought is another way. Then pest and diseases always there. Heavy rain, definitely yes. Heavy wind, definitely. Hailstorm risk, drought risk. All these types of risks is there in the farming community, isn't it? So how we can avoid this risk? We cannot avoid, these are natural factors. How we can put forth this risk and try to overcome this risk, that is what is important. Then risk management tools are given here, that is contract farming, diversification, agricultural credit. Some solutions is given here. Then social and other characteristics which may be leading to the risk factors. So age of the farmer, educational status, farming experience, extension of the contract, monthly incomes, size of the family, farm size, land of ownership, land ownership status, that is all the things which may cause hike the risk or lower the risk. All these things are given. Then risk attitude. So some may be risk neutral, some may be averse to risk, and some may seek the risk. themselves. That is the three types here: attitude of uh, the risk. Then like this, see, it's going in a circular format. The characters leading to the perception, leading to the attitude, and again going in a what you call as a risk cycle. So like this, the tools of risk, how to avoid. So first thing is attitude, right? The attitude should be what you call positive. Yes, in every walk of life there will be risk, and the same with the farming community also. But if you see the statistics, the farming community has the highest number of suicides, isn't it? So that what may have caused them to take the extreme step, isn't it? That we have to understand. And the government also should see what is hindering them so much. Maybe it is the traditional forms of credit, like money lenders or risk that brokers, and also this credit on an hourly basis. They will take the credit. That is also very risky, isn't it? So like this, there may be various aspects which may make the farmer yeah, vulnerable to the suicide.
Ma'am, I want to discuss one thing here, right?
Yes, yes,
So if in general, if you talk, right, so it's good. But if we talk about like one use cases I want to talk about. So all the risks that we have listed here, right? So most of the risks are there in Bihar, right? So
Oh, right, right.
there's a
Mm.
risk of flood, there's a risk of drought, there's a risk
Yes,
of heavy rain. But still,
very.
but if you see the national data, or if
Mm.
you know by other sources,
Mm.
the farmers in Bihar do not commit suicide. But
Oh,
whereas the farmers in Karnataka, Maharashtra, they are
mm.
very well off and they commit suicide.
Yeah, right.
And the same time, if we talk about the least risk like Punjab
Mm.
also the number of suicide is very less.
Less, yeah,
So
national level,
yeah,
if you take.
yeah. So in Karnataka, Maharashtra, and Andhra, these regions, uh, uh, suicide is too much happening, right?
Too much,
So
yeah.
so there may be another reason than the risk.
Mm.
That is what I feel sometimes.
Mm.
So
Yes,
maybe they are
maybe it is the
taking
small holdings. I think so, right? Small holdings,
what I
small
am
land
think.
holdings.
Sometimes what I think that
Mm.
some farmers are they take loan more than their capacity.
Mm.
Right.
Mm.
They want
Mm.
to be reach early, right?
Okay.
And when they are not able to uh, pay it back or something, then they tend to commit suicide. That is what I think.
Mm.
I don't know. I may be wrong, but I wanted to know
Yeah,
your
yeah,
point on this.
yeah, yeah, various. We can't pinpoint, isn't it?
Yes,
Right.
yes, ma'am.
Mm. Yeah, what may be hindering them? I don't know. Maybe genuinely they will maybe have problems, or sometimes maybe their attitude may be mm, maybe not so strong to meet the risk. I don't know what is hindering. Maybe some research can be done on that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Research can be done on this.
Hmm. Yes, Surendra sir, are you wanting to say something?
This is not like that, sir. All of these factors are happening all over India.
Hmm.
They commit suicide because of they don't get yield from their crop due to drought or flood,
Hmm.
everything.
Hmm.
So they are not able to repay the loan, and
Hmm.
they get the loan from the lenders. Their interest rates are very high.
Yeah,
You have
yeah,
mentioned
very high.
your source of your financial now. from bank, etc., they don't get finance. It is only government schemes are not working properly. If you go to the bank, even KCC is not they are providing. So if you take loan from the private lenders, then they take a high interest. That's why they commit suicide. If government
Definitely.
schemes are fully implemented in toto, then I think the suicidal cases will be reduced, definitely.
Yes, sir. I completely agree. Private finance, private lenders charge almost double what you call meter interest in meter interest they tell in our state, means one hour also the interest goes on increasing, like that credit has been given
They charge 2 to 3% per month.
per month.
Just imagine.
Mm.
I am from village. I know that this is the reality.
Right.
2% is minimum 2% per month. It
Per
means
month.
annually it is 24%. Just imagine.
24% of interest. Oh, very high.
Or they charge also compound interest, not a simple
Compound
interest.
interest, right. Yes, sir.
Though, if you don't get from their land due to this risk, the flood, etc., they don't get return. Then they are not able to pay the money. Then they commit suicide.
Definitely. So, yes, sir. The farming community across India suffer from this problem. Maybe, isn't it?
Practically, all government schemes are not implemented according to the government's instructions. There are so many corruptions, etc. This is the
Yes, yes.
real happening here. Even credit card, Kisan credit card, or Pradhan Mantri Sinchai Yojana. I am a retired civil engineer. I know what is happening. Pradhan Mantri Gramin Sinchai Yojana, Kisan Yojana. They are not implemented properly.
Yes,
They
right.
are on only paper only. That's all.
On paper. Schemes on paper, right? So, yes, definitely. How much of it really reaches the person? That
That
is
depends.
the grievance. How much of it is reaching the person? Yes, RP Singh is telling Surendra sir, you're right. Like this,
Okay, thank you.
definitely. Yes, how much of it reaches? See, I gave you so much of schemes right here. See, we'll go back to the screen here. See, that's what I told. How much of it really reaches? Credit card is there. Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima.
Fasal Bima Yojana,
Yes.
this is not practically, so many areas there, they are not getting money. Even I am from Bihar. Nobody knows practically where to approach this for this Bima scheme. That's why I have joined this. I am a retired superintendent engineer, but I have joined for this course only for to make awareness to the farmers in our area.
Okay.
So that I am a civil engineer, but I wanted to know some more about agriculture, my ground agriculture. So that's
The
why.
ground reality is very different.
Different ground reality, different from what you have
What we are
presented through the
learning.
PPT pie chart. The
Definitely.
35% point, this percent point. That is all. I think
Yes. On
NSO
paper.
data. NSSO data is not actual.
Right, sir.
I know. In my family, the two persons they work in NSSO. They retired from a post. I know how they prepare the data. They prepare the data. So all data are only to show the public or other bank sector.
Yes, sir. Statistics can be shown any type. Either you can show advantages or disadvantages. The same data can be shown, isn't it?
Yes, yes, yes.
Any type you can show statistics. Okay. So like that. Yes, the ground reality students is very vastly different. The schemes may be there on paper, but when you really want to access the schemes, even 1 rupee you cannot get from any one of the schemes. You have to run from pillar to post, and you have to get the permissions. If you ask something, they'll ask so many documents. Finally you feel, yes, enough of this, and go back. That much of difficulty is there. Yes, sir.
If you just think, ma'am, that marginal farmers need more help, marginal and
Yes, yes,
small
yes.
farmers.
Yes,
But
sir.
marginal farmers are not getting any support from anybody, either they are bank or district level. Even they approach, they write, they reject them, their applications. Even KCC, only influential people get, influential farmers. This is the real things happening in small
Yes,
districts,
sir. Yes,
small
sir.
rural districts.
Yes, sir. Definitely. What you told is right.
But they need more help. They are not getting, the farmers, they do not need help. They are getting help.
Yes, definitely. It is very true, sir. See, marginal and small holdings, farmers with small holdings need a lot of support, but which is not been reaching them. I completely agree, sir. Large holdings influence money, power, all,
Yes, yes.
all of this works just like any other case, even in cities or in a rural community. See, when I went the other day to get a loan in my bank where there is a salary account, but I couldn't get a loan. They asked so many documents. My salary account is itself there.
Yes, yes.
I, coming from a middle class background, myself not getting a loan from the bank which has my account, salary account itself. So you can imagine the same things where they need help, the person is not getting the help. But those with influence, power, money, even
Money,
without
yes.
them visiting the bank, money gets transferred.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes,
This is true, ma'am.
yes, that's what is happening. Whether across rural and urban, definitely that is happening. So like this, on paper, I think these schemes look so good. And yes, so
Yes.
nice, yes, so nice schemes, all that we will feel. But exactly ground reality will be very much different and difficult to access. Anyhow, going forward,
Yeah,
with
yes. Okay. Okay.
yes, with the risk, definitely marginal farmers, small holdings farmers all suffer from so much of problems, and which may even lead them to give up their life, which is very drastic. And
This is,
when we take the national data, maybe some states differ, but across India, it is a problem, is there in reality, isn't it? So, hope something is done to avert this. Next one, agricultural insurance. Various different schemes are given here. That's what I told on paper, maybe, or if it's working well and good. So crop insurance CI is there. Crop insurance, different types of agricultural insurance is there. Comprehensive crop insurance scheme for failure in the crop, for weather conditions, for drought and flood risks, all these things, crop insurance is given here. National Agricultural Insurance Scheme, NSIS, NAIS, this one is. So Farm Income Insurance Scheme, FIS. So that one. Then next one. Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima, we just talked about it right now. Then weather-based crop insurance, like this, various different forms of agricultural insurance given here. So these were the few things discussed in the source of agricultural finance as well as agricultural risk and insurance. In the last two units, that is 12 and 13, these two units, all these things were given, which we discussed right now. In the last block, block 3, we have agricultural finance and agricultural risk, which we discussed right now. And anyone who has any question, we have come to the end of the discussion. I thank each one of you for staying with me the entire day almost, isn't it? And sharing your inputs. And also we can have some time for discussion here. And I'll stop the recording. Any discussions, we can have a discussions here.